Okay, pull tool. If you just think through the logic, you know, if bots are for people who have a life, then why do you play, you know? Do you play for relaxation? Do you play for getting powerful? Do you play to get money to buy crazy rares? Do you play for getting your mind out of real life? I don't know. If you use a bot, you poison everything, simply everything. You know, you will not uh, gain the ability to play your character correctly. You will not gain a relationship to your character that you play. You know, you will it open doors. You know, you will say, okay, let's buy a character. Why don't you buy a character level 500 and then go out on rampage? That's the logic that is behind bot using, and it's despisable. And Zip should delete every single motherfucker who's botting. And Xuboy, for you, your question was what level do I need to hunt there as a Royal Paladin? You can start here, and I shit you not, as soon as you have completed Mortal Kombat and turned in the Tomes of Knowledge, independent of what level. They will be fast if you are at level 100 to 120, but they walk around firewalls, energy walls, so you can hunt here. Just put the firewalls into a L shape. Let me loot some gold and I will show you. In a shape like this. Put them up like this, or if you do miss them at the first time, just remember 2 spots ahead of you, 2 spots right or left of you, and then you should be fine at any level. I am of the opinion that they could market Tibia in a completely different way. If they would focus on getting rid of the bottles, you know. Yes, they would destroy some of their income at a starting point, but in the long term there was always a community, always premium players who paid for Tibia even at the start when there were no bots. I was playing during that time, and many players stopped playing because they got power abused out of the game by botted characters. I was one of them. I quitted for 7 years from 2003 to 2010 until they introduced the Twist of Fate, and honestly, bots are a problem, a server problem. Delete them. Do it like they did on I don't know the name again, Otsera. Just delete all of them on one world, then have a look at your income, then go to the next world, delete them, go to the next world. That's the way to go. Or delete all at once. Okay, build up some reserves as a company, maybe raise the prices, maybe introduce some stuff in the shop that's very attractive to buy with real money. Maybe go to Steam, greenlight your game, get a bigger customer base from the start, and so on. You know, I see some steps taken by Zip to get into contact. They also got into contact with a professional anti-botting software company, so they will act, and a huge hammer will fall down on everyone. And I tell you, a lot of people will lose a lot of time invested. And I see also a potential in Tibia as a game like League of Legends, you know, in a fighting game. If they introduce the war servers, this game could really go big, really big, if they just get rid of the bottles that destroy everything, economy, balance, whatnot, you know. If you do not have to invest time, then everything is meaningless. Personal time, you know. What do you feel about one of your botted characters? Nothing. What connection do you have to them? No connection. Why don't you play Counter-Strike? Don't you play another game? If you really feel the need to generate mana, look at what I'm looting here. It's I don't need a bot to support me with money. I never needed a bot. And if 75% use a bot, then 75% are deserve to be deleted. Level Lying Parachute. Where could you hunt with a 52 Paladin? I started hunting with a friend. You saw some messages of him. He told me that he got level 70. I started leveling with him on a level 55 Paladin in the Zao Magi Plains. That's a really great place. If you feel that the lizards are too strong for you, then I recommend go to Swargrond Crystal Spiders. That's where I was hunting. You will get a lot less experience, but it's a really nice place to start getting your skills to go to more difficult places. And your skills are already perfect for hunting there, you know. Just grab 20 royal spears and you should be fine for an hour to hunt. And I recommend take some Boots of Haste with you.
Sebastian, räum die Waschmaschine auf, wenn sie drin bleiben, ne? Du hast es
ja ich spiele hier gerade.
Was?
Ich spiele hier gerade. Siehst du doch. Mädchen.
Ja, das spielt aber keine Rolle. Wenn du mir das als Argument sagst, dass du unter der Woche nicht wäschst, dann musst du das jetzt machen.
I hunt with a bow and arrows, and yes, obviously, yeah, hunting with bow and arrows is very effective, very cheap. Although the royal spears are even cheaper, but if you well need to train your skills, it's good to have a shield, you know, that if you get hit, that they don't kill you, and it's quite easy if you do not choose the correct way to walk, that you will die by the backspawn of the crystal spiders. And I didn't hunt ancient scarabs. You could hunt them too. I hunted crystal spiders at that level range due to the killing in the name of task. Yeah. Yes, I recommend if you are bored out of your mind and just looking for new places to hunt and you do not know what to do, then I recommend do the killing in the name of tasks. They are a nice waste of time. For example, I spent my time at the level 50s, I think, on the Bone Beast Island. The Bone Beast Island, I made my task there 3 times. It was honestly quite dangerous, but turnout, and the loot was not great or anything, but I just got my task points and that was fine, you know. No, I'm from Germany. Why are you asking? By the way, what I wanted to tell to you, my dear viewers, is the loot is strange again. You know, yesterday nearly no shoes dropped. Yesterday I got only one Zaoen leg, and now look at the difference. Yesterday I got like 5 armors and 1 leg. Today I got 1 armor and 4 legs, and a crazy amount of shoes. So I got already 100 task points on Yana, which is more than I have on my old main character. I have thought about that, and I have decided to go with the Exori con, because my Mach level is now 24, nearly 25, and my distance is much higher. So I have the feeling, it's just a feeling that I have more damage with the with the Exori con here and the Gran con than with Exori Zan. The level of my main is 222, so not much higher than Yana. But I got bored at the Sea Serpents. My main is a knight, and I couldn't go on with the Sea Serpents. I was too bored. But on Yana it was much nicer because I could troll all the knights that are hunting at the Sea Serpent area. They hated me there, because as a paladin you have much higher single focus target damage, and you can just lay waste to everything down there, and nothing has a chance to run away. No, I didn't do the demon task. I started it to have a look, and then I noticed, hey, what the fuck, the demon task takes one of your 3 possible killing in name of tasks away from you, so you just have two to do, and I decided to not start it because it's 6,000 of them, and I'm not a really hardcore player in any sense. I would need months and months and months to complete it. So I have my traditional Sea Serpent task, Medusas and Serpent spawns, and sometimes I go to Banuta for a change and just hunt there. So I think I will try out the Zan. You see the biggest damage that I see here is 130-ish. Yeah, around 130, so 143, let's say that's the maximum hit. Now let's go to Zan and try it out for a while. If I'm at the lizards, I'm doing the Exori Zan because they are a bit affected by holy damage. They have a bit a weakness against holy damage, but the chosen don't have it as far as I know. Let's see, 199? No, that's not possible. That was the Grand Con. 102, 118. Yeah, the damage is slower. You see it. It's maybe due to my high distance skill. 128, but not the average of the 130 that I had before. There was a 128. I think that's the maximum. But you see the average, oh, 131, 97, okay, that sucks. 104, 108, and level up, yeah, damn it. Was a bit unprepared for that. Oh my god, Becky. Why did this pop up here? No, I don't use the Flash client. I did not try it out after some horrible deaths of some friends of mine that were caused by the instability of the client. It was back in the days when it was called Little Flashy, so it's not yet ready to be played, in my opinion. Let me change it back to con. I think you agree that it's the better alternative here. Let's monitor the damage for 1 or 2 minutes. 138, so that already tops the maximum damage of the other spell. 141, 30. Yeah, I think the average damage is definitely higher. Yeah, it is. So my facet at my current level, it's a better alternative to use Exo Recon. At least on lizards. Oh my god. 5. My skills with equipment are 121, 103. Okay, 7. By the way, the amount of chosens here that are following you does not matter. Just run around, don't get cornered. You have a huge space to run here in the middle. Just run around, keep shooting at them. Try, in my opinion, it's better to focus on one of them, not to choose to change a target all the time. If you get if they come too close, just do a tiny Hur. You can also combine it with firewalls, energy walls, anything that you like. Also, this is an awesome place to use runes. You know, I could, if I would have area runes with me and I would have 5 at my back, then I would start using them. Or an Exevo Masan, of course, that is focused on me. I'm a bit scared to go into close combat with the lizard chosens, but that's due to my playstyle. You know, I'm a classical paladin, if you want to define it. So I like to have my high focus damage on one target, and I don't know, I don't see it as my main task to do mass damage on massive amount of monsters. And you see now, just by running 2 or 3 rounds, everything is done, and I can go to the next spot, collect 1 or 2 more, turn around. And the spawn is also very nice, I like it. By the way, what would you recommend to me to hunt next to lizard chosens? I have access to quite a lot of places, so I have tried Banuta, but honestly, if I have to fight at places where there are different monsters and monsters that do a lot of damage, I I see that I cannot stay as long as I can stay here. And a part of getting levels, of course, is endurance and just staying at one place, being modest in your consumption of goods and making the best out of what you invest. My investment here is also, by the way, not small. I use up like 100k in goods. That's 3,500 arrows and 370 mana potions, which is around 30k again, and I can stay here for 3.5 hours. So, or let's say, no, it's longer. It's longer than 3.5 hours, because 3,000 multiplied with 2, 7,000 seconds. And yes, in my opinion, that's the place where I always go out with a profit. I do not remember a hunt where when I was able to hunt down every single arrow, and I cannot remember a single instance when I went away with a loss. You heard about 100k of investment. At the moment I have 7 shoes, 35k, 5 shields, 40k, 75k, plus 2 armors, which are 14k, is already 100k of loot, plus the 4 legs are profit at the moment, and I have still like 380 arrows left. And I tell you, always stay until the last arrow. That's my recommendation, because there it is. Yep, I was waiting for that. Finally, you see. Very nice, that happened now. I recommend that you stay until the last arrow, because during my last 300 arrows, I know it is chance, but I always get loot during my last 300 arrows, and I know it's only a chance that it happens, but to me it's, I don't know, a happy occurrence. I always get my loot late, and especially during the last 300 arrows. I don't know why this is, because the loot system of monsters is quite simple. The loot is defined when the monster spawns. So the loot is set, you know, and that's why I always run around in the beginning and try to kill every monster once to see if loot was already there from their first spawn at the day, and then I try to kill the monsters at certain spots a lot of times, because in my opinion this increases the chance for loot. If you kill the same monster over and over and over again, so it will spawn with a lot of different times with different loot sets. But if you want to know why I know that the loot is set from the beginning, because obviously we cannot look into a monster before it's dead, it's because I hunted behemoths in the past, and in the past it was not possible to set your own lighting levels, and behemoths sometimes carried these strange symbols, I think, yeah, these blue little symbols that they carry, and they give away a small glow. And I noticed, although they were really rare, that every behemoth who had a symbol glowed. And on the other hand, that also confirmed it, is the following, that when we were doing armor tests of monsters, so monsters have an armor, a base armor. Every monster has a different base armor that you can, or that you were able to find out with traps in the past, because traps did a certain amount of damage, a certain fixed amount of damage every single time, and you could, by analyzing the hits, you could find out what's the base armor of a monster, because the rate of armor to hit reduction was constant. And when a monster carries an armor, also it was like this in the past, you noticed that as a paladin with arrows you made much more armor hits, the sparks, you could notice it that giant spiders was a good example in the past. When it had a plate armor or K armor, your hits got absorbed by the armor. That's the yellow, and that's why I know that the loot is already set from the spawn time of the monster. So these two guys already have their loot set. And I would be really curious to find out how it works with the new boss monsters.